Hey everybody, today I just wanted to show you, this is really cool. I feel pretty proud of myself. I've been wanting a setup like this for so long, and to finally have it is pretty cool. So I wanted to take you on a little tour. I'm here in a back room at our office. Let me show you around a little bit. So, here's our place. You guys have probably seen this. This is pretty fun. I got this. This is a pellet grill that I got sent. Because of the video we did a year and a half ago. I'm going to do a new one. And anyway, so Z-Grill sent me a new one, which is pretty awesome. So doing YouTube definitely has its perks. You should do that. Get some free stuff every now and then. You can do that with blogging too. But anyway, so this is our back room. This room for a little while was like this crazy storage room almost. We'd film back here sometimes, but the room was so echoey. It's still not perfect. But we put this little hooks up on the wall to hang our green screen from, which we've used like twice. And we had this back room. I got this board here. It's kind of cool because it moves around, but again, we're just like not using it. So got a plan for what to do with that. So I'm going to be getting rid of it. Anyway, but what I'm excited about is back here, beyond the curtain. I spent a little bit of time here with Nate. He added the plants. These things on the wall still look ugly. I will cover them. That's what these black things are, these panels. They're sound dampening panels that we picked up used. They looked like that. We put a little bit of black just fabric on them to kind of upholster them to make them look nice. Nate's got a few of those in his office, in his setup. They are on the wall. They look pretty cool, actually, and it's very simple. And you can't even tell until you get really close that it's got these like screws holding it into the wall. But yeah, again, from a distance, anyway, just looks pretty amazing. But what's cool about this and why I'm so excited is because this was really hard to get right. So you can tell as I get closer that there's a pretty good reflection here. Let me open this up a little bit. So I'm opening up the curtains. Okay, so it's not even too bad here. Now, then I turn off the light to get the lighting right and turn on, let's see, turn on a regular panel light. I'm walking around here in the dark with me. Just bear with me for like a few more seconds. All right, so if I have it dark and then I turn on the panel, look at that. So if I have a light shining directly on me, which is more ideal, right? Having a light that lights up your face is certainly a lot better than having one like way up above or something like that, because then you get this like dark raccoon eye sort of look when the lights are too high up. But so then how do you balance that out? So anyway, it was a lot of work to figure out the lighting. So here's what we did. I had these ideas, and when I have ideas, I gotta see them through. So we got a bunch of these panels that we've had for a long time. We don't use them for our normal filming most of the time anymore because we've upgraded to some new lights, which I'll show you in a second, the ones that we like to use now. So I bought some of these mounts. You can see one here on the side. I'll explain this lighting setup here in a second. And then I ended up putting two up there. One wasn't enough because these panels are kind of small. So I put two up there to make it bright enough. And they're basically as far away from this wall where the Blackboard is, they're as far away as they can possibly be so that when the camera is at the right height and has just the right framing, you still can't quite see them. So I put them as far away as I could so that it would be less right up above me. And then the other problem was okay, you end up with kind of this more directional light. And I put them off here at an angle because lighting that's kind of off at about, a third of the way to a 90-degree angle, so about 30 degrees off, looks nice. It looks good. It gives you a little bit of shadow on one side, but not too much. And so I got that information, by the way, from Andrea, who does our video editing. She's got her background in photography, lots of training in photography. So anyway, she's really good at that. So that's why those are there. And then she's like, you're gonna want a light kind of on the side to act as a bit of a fill light. Again, I couldn't put that too far forward because it would show up in the reflection on the board. So it's there on the side. It's a lot dimmer than those lights. And the point is to just sort of fill in the spaces. So while I get a little bit of shadow like on this side of my face, which is good, it's fine, having a lighter filtered light that comes in to just kind of fill in a little bit more makes those shadows less sharp. Anyway, so that's really good. And you don't want those below you because then you end up with this funny light. If this was on more powerfully, then you'd end up with like this double shadow effect where it's kind of shadowed on both sides. Anyway, lighting, it's a lot of fun. We also had a lot of problem with echo, which is why in this room we have a rug going the whole length. We've had this for a long time. I have some moving blankets on the walls. I actually think I'm going to be able to take those down. We added these panels. They made a huge difference. I haven't yet put any panels on the ceiling, but I will if I need to. The other thing that we did, because when we have those lights off and then the nice lights on, we end up, you can see, like when I'm looking, and you can probably tell if you look closely, you can see the whole room as a reflection. So before I was using this wall, that's actually pretty heavy and hard to move, with dark moving blankets hanging on it. And it occurred to me, why not just hang a rail? So I bought like, that's actually like galvanized steel pipe, like for gas pipe. But instead of dark, it's galvanized. And then I hung these heavy curtains that we already had. They're floor to ceiling. I have 4 panels of these. And so it does 2 things. One is it totally like kills the reflection. So this whole segment here is like no reflection anymore. There you go. I fill that in. Fill that in. And if I cover it all the way, you'll see that since it's closed, reflection is basically gone. Pretty neat. You've got a little reflection in the upper corner right there. That's the wall right here where the moving blankets and stuff change from moving blanket to wall. I think if I take down the moving blanket, that won't be as noticeable. The other thing that these curtains do is because they're a heavy blackout curtain, they absorb a lot of sound. So when I have those curtains closed and I'm standing right here, this room sounds a lot more dead, which is a good thing. You're not getting this reverberation. I don't sound like I'm in a bathroom, which is pretty cool. So anyway, all those things, the other side here, that's like Nate's lunch table. He comes over here and eats lunch there like most every day. It's like the cafeteria from our area over here. We also have those hooks for a green screen, and I also bought, we've got this bar that you can hang a background or a green screen from these light stands. So pretty cool setup. Let me show you now what this does with all these lights. So all the lights are plug in. There's one I haven't shown you yet. So that turns on the side light there. It also turns on this overhead light. So the lights up here shine down on the person, but you need this stuff lit up too, right? So that's why we hung one of those. And then I turn on this, boom, and that turns on those. And whoa, it's so bright. And then I come over here, I turn off the rim lights, and we have this nice setup. I can adjust my lighting on the camera, make it's a little extra bright. There we go. And then this is on a tripod and it looks nice. And then I take this remote and let's pick a color, any color. Whoop. Oh, I guess I have to press the power button. Ta-da! Now we have these LED lights that we put around the outside there. That was Nate's idea. Super smart guy, Nate. We can have it be red if we want to. So now we're on the dark side of the force. Awesome. This is just a lot of fun. I really enjoy doing this. I think I like, what's the right blue? I think I like that one best for Income School. It's the closest to like the Income School blue. So we got lots of colors to choose from. Actually, I think I can go up and down in the red and green and even customize it even more. That's the setup, and it looks pretty cool. And then we just have kind of a line here where as long as I'm about right here, the lighting coming onto me, like I don't get really bad raccoon eyes. I get just enough fill light. If I come too far over here, then it gets a little bright on my face. So there's a few rules here, and obviously you're seeing those reflections there. It's because the camera's not in exactly the right spot, but pretty cool. So I'm really excited about this setup. I hope that was a fun opportunity for you to maybe learn a few different things about lighting, sound. Holy cow, the sound is really important. To deaden the sound, putting things on the wall. Again, we picked these up used. We found them on Facebook Marketplace. I think they came out of an old church when they got replaced. The upholstery's like falling off. They look super ugly. And then we just go to Joann's or even Walmart and pick up some fabric that's a nice color. Black is good, and literally like you just kind of stretch it across there and put some staples in the back, and we're good to go. Hang these things up on the wall. It just looks really, really nice. So there you go. You might be seeing the Blackboard a little bit more often, and hopefully you enjoyed that. I'm dark now. That's okay. See you guys later.